Hi team, I'm Nelson Alvarez, VP with TLG, and I'd like to talk to you about something that's really important that is often overlooked. I want to talk to you about how to go from an I need to think about it to a thank you very much for protecting me. I don't want to talk about objection handling. No, this is not another objection handling technique talk. I want to make this something a little different that you probably haven't heard in recent times. I want to talk to you about how there's fortunes in the follow-up. That's right, the follow-up. See, why this is so important is that most agents don't realize that the sale is not really done until the 5th, 6th, sometimes 7th touch. Our selling system teaches that we close on the first exposure to the client. Rightfully so. Art Leeser has developed a system that is so finely tuned that we can come in, talk to the client, and make them feel good about that decision. But in reality, most clients need about 5 to 7 touches. What you don't know is that they've already been touched. They got their mortgage, they were talked to about protecting their families. Then they got a flyer, they got a lead in the mail. That lead expressed to them the importance of protecting their families. Then you call them and you said, hey, my company dispatches me in 15-minute intervals. I'm gonna be just up the road from you. And then you come over and talk to them and you expose them yet again. That's another touch. And usually with that much, it's enough to close the deal and protect that family. But those of us that have worked age leads have heard this a million times. Oh yeah, we heard this already from someone else. Oh, so you have protection. No, I didn't get it. That's because it wasn't touch number 5, 6, or 7. And that's where you come in. See, if you do your job right, you'll get the job done. Here's what 3 common mistakes that most agents make. Because I want you to understand, our system is designed to close the first night, but for those occasions that we don't, here's what you have to understand. Most agents, number one, believe the client's excuses, if you will. They believe hey, you did a great presentation. I really like what you said. I just need to think about it. We don't make decisions on our first night. We need to pray about it. So many different ways of saying, not now. So if you believe that client's excuse, you're going to walk out the door. Here's another common mistake. Some of our agents don't even follow up at all. If you don't follow up at all, you definitely missed the boat because someone like me, is going to come in behind you and I'm going to get the job done because I'll be touch number 4, 5, or 6, or 7. Here's the other one. Sometimes we do follow up, but we're not creative at all. You know what we do? Hey, Joe, this is Nelson. We met the other week about mortgage protection. Yeah, you said you needed to think about it. I'm just wondering, have you thought about it enough yet? That's not going to work, guys. I'm going to share with you some ideas of how to correct this. But first things first. The follow-up only occurs if you can't close on that first night. So master your craft. Get so good that there's only maybe 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 tries that you can't close. You have unfettered access to knowledge with Workplace. You have a growing upline that's there to help you. Get that done so that we minimize. The best way to avoid a problem is to preempt it. Get good at your craft. But for those times that you do get that dreaded, I need to think about it, or we'll call you, here's what you need to do. First thing, determine if you're just politely being dismissed. Are they telling you no because they really don't like you, don't like what you presented, don't like it, don't need it? Determine if they're just telling you, hey, not interested. Or if they're saying, Nelson, please, I need more information. Please give me more reason to say yes. If you do that, now you can put them in your process of, I need to think about it, follow up with them, and give them more information, give them what they need. So let me give you 4 tips. 4 tips that will help you to get this done. Here's tip number 1. Develop a system. Just develop some type of a system. Go on YouTube. Use our Workplace. Talk to your upline. Develop some kind of a system that lets you follow up 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Yes, I said 6 months. I remember one of my ace producers on my team, Lake Bellavance, he followed a lead and a presentation all the way from January to, I do believe, October, and closed a humongous sale. Why? Because he followed through every step of the way. I'm so proud of him for that. But that's number one. Develop a system that allows you to work through and consistently, that's a big word there, consistently follow through with that technique that you develop. Number two, be creative. Don't just call Joe and say, I'm calling you back. Here's a technique I want you to look up, follow up with. This is called the testimonial technique. Just really simply follow up with Joe. Hey, Joe, this is Nelson. I was just up the block taking care of one of your neighbors. You know, they have a very similar situation as you do. I thought of you because I just set them up with a beautiful plan, and the rates are such that they're going to fall right in line with what you're looking for. Did you get a chance to do the research you wanted to do? If not, I've got more information for you. What time do you get home from work tomorrow? I'm going to be just up the road. And if you're doing virtual, hey, why don't we take another 10 minutes? I've got some new information for you that'll go right in line with the family I just protected last night. Remind me so much about you. See, that shows that you care. But it also shows creativity on your part. The other one is keep in touch. What do I mean by that? You were with a family where the mom is a stay-at-home mom. Well, maybe you ran into an article about teaching kids better, more effective, how to keep them interested. A month later, maybe you send that mom an email, a text, and say, hey, I remember our meeting last month. You said you were taking care of your kids from home. I ran across an article that might help you. Fire it out. Don't ask for the sale, just fire it out. There goes one more touch. See, each one of these touches makes you more credible. Get creative. Keep notes. Oh, develop a system so that you can do so. But number 4 is challenge. That's right, challenge. Sometimes you have to call the client out. You should have done it the night you were there, but you need to follow up. He said he needed more time. Follow up with him, follow up with him, follow up with him, and then at that one point you're going to say, hey, Joe, I've been following up with you a few months now because I care. But I need you to understand, I am going to be relentless at getting your wife and your family the check if something should happen to you. And I'm going to be as relentless as I've been in making sure I remind you to protect your wife and your family because you wanted to do that. You've just been really busy. So, Joe, have you done the homework you needed to do? Because I'm going to be just up the road from you tomorrow. Let me help you protect your family like you said you wanted to. Guys, those 4 tips right there, be consistent, be creative, stay in touch, and challenge. They're going to help you to add another sale or 2 per week. Think about this. If you're doing something in your system like 3 additional follow-ups every day, you know how we do 50 dials a day? Well, do 3 follow-ups a day, 15 a week. Do you think that after 60 follow-ups that month, you might add a little AP to your bank account? That's right. You can do this. So, with this being said, I just want you to understand, there are fortunes to be made in the follow-up. You just have to get a system in place and get started. The TLG system is second to none. Now, you have to be the professional you said you were going to be, that you can be, and develop a system, work with your growing upline, and get after it. So with that being said, good night. I hope I've added value to you and that you've taken something from this that will help you add more volume to your business in 2021.